Good morning, ZHS. I'm Bailey Huss, and here are your morning announcements. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, which means here on this day, 18 years ago, there was a horrific event that we know as 9/11. So we sent Noah Coble to interview teachers of how they felt and how they were affected on that day.
When I think of 9/11, I have a very visceral kind of gut reaction to it. At this point, it's kind of a cliche because everybody says it, but I really do remember where I was when I first learned about 9/11. I was in the 5th grade, actually, and it was the beginning of the school day. And it was circle time, so we were all like getting together and talking about what happened, you know, the previous evening. And the principal came in and he gave us all like this little half sheet of paper. And the half sheet of paper talked about some tragedy that happened, and none of us knew what was going on, and we were all looking at each other like, you know, what's happening?
What are your thoughts about 9/11?
I have a lot of thoughts about 9/11. At the time, I just got out of the military, actually, and was back here, worked the night shift for AutoZone as supervisor, and I just gotten home, and I watched a show called Mike and Mike, and I kind of sleep during it, but all of a sudden they said, we're going to leave the sports world, and we have some footage to show you. So then they had the first plane going into the towers, and I thought, oh my, what is that? So I turned over to a news station and really got involved and seen everything that was going on and figured out it was a terrorist attack and other things like that. And by the time it got kind of quiet for me to lay down, my phone started ringing because people wanted to know if they had to come to work, are we having work, are we having this, that, or that, or the other, because of what's going on in our country.
Tonight, there is a match for the boys varsity golf against John Glenn and Tri-Valley at 4 p.m. and a match for the girls varsity tennis against Claymont at 4:30 p.m. Earlier this week, there was an art exhibit that paired American high school students' work with Chinese high school students. This exhibit was hosted by Professor Yun Sun at Muskingum University. Students that were included were Jade Peevely, Lydia Young, Colleen Taylor, Catherine Taylor, Samuel Lytle, Elijah Mickens, Madison Stepp, Caitlin Dunkel, Brooklyn Smith, Shelby Abella, Jessica Nelson, Mariah Mayo, and Rihanna Martin. So speaking of international, here is a message from Mrs. Warner.
Blue Devils, you have the opportunity to travel internationally to experience new cultures, new cuisine, and enjoy some of nature's beauty firsthand. Have you ever wondered what the view is from atop the Alps? Well, you'll find out on this trip. There's still space available and there is still time to sign up. Ms. Porter and I are hosting a meeting September 18th at 7 p.m. in room 207. We will answer many of the questions you are thinking of right now. Plan to bring your parents, a roommate, and join us September 18th.
Thank you, Mrs. Warner. And for your birthdays today. Happy birthday to Raven Brock, Samantha Larrick, and Michelle Parrish. Here is your quote of the day. If anything good came out of 9/11, to me, was that people were so cynical about the world. All you hear about on the news is all the bad stuff every day. But what was refreshing to me was after that, you saw how many good people there are out there. For every one bad one, there is 1,000 good ones. From Alan Jackson. Have a great rest of your day here at Zanesville High School.